2, 1, and we're live. Hi, welcome to the Morning Wood. I'm your host, Spam the Chat. GXninja, my partner in crime, is here. Fair enough. And we're back at Lucky Farms. Appreciate you guys for joining us. Let's get on the farm. Alright, now for now on, I'm going to spare you guys the opening mailbox, mail call, and all that good stuff. You kind of see what goes on there. That's a little too lengthy there. Shorten up the stream a little bit, get down to the good stuff here. Sampler garden looks like it's ready to roll, so let's get on the farm, shall we? Yep, it's not often I got GXninja here, but finally got him here.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, there he is. Alright, I invested a little bit into some corn right before I left for work, so that I could have enough to feed the massive amount of chickens that I have. Because the eggs we always need. Plus I'm zeroing in on the final ribbon for achievement for these. It's not hard to do. You just make a good effort for chickens and it'll come to you. Chickens are the shortest amount of time that you spend in between feeds, and that is 3 minutes. However, it's really scant on the fertilizers. You know, out of all those chickens, I got 2 fertilizers. So I see, you know, it's all about the eggs. And got Lizzie. Lizzie is paying us a visit. You go ahead and get the visitors cleared out, and do your best to return visits. It's always good to help your neighbors. Alright, Lizzie, thank you for coming by and seeing us. She's going to feed all of our chickens here. You got Judith right coming up next. Judith decided to visit a few of our trees. Let's go ahead and look at where she targeted. As you can see, the blue squares on the beneath the trees, that is where she intends to target. Now, if I was to authorize this visit, that would be a complete waste, boys and girls, because she would just be plucking the trees, and I can pluck the trees by myself. So what we're going to do is these targeted 5 trees, we're going to pluck the seeds, then we're going to water them, fertilize them, and then authorize the visit. So we're going to actually get to double our trees here, double our product after this one visit. See, that's how strong the visits are in this. It's pretty material, because these trees you wait for hours to for them to blossom. But it just takes a click from a neighbor. Comes by and says, "Howdy do." Alright, and of course one of them, an apple tree, has been withered to wood now. Finally, we needed some wood anyway. Alright, let's replace that apple tree. Gotta tell you, I'm tickled pink now that I've got my sampler garden down. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Okay, now we'll go ahead and water the trees. Go ahead and water all these trees here in this area. It's just 5 trees. She plans on doing these. So yeah, you water the trees, then you go behind and fertilize the trees. So now that the next part of the process is plucking the trees, or reaping, harvesting the trees for their fruits. And with that being the next move, then you can click on to your neighbor's visit. Where is that 5th square? That 5th square is starting to get to me. Let's look around the tree patch here real quickly, see where where that 5th tree is. Oh, okay, I might have chopped it down. Yeah, if you chop down a tree in the course of before you authorize the visit, then the visit's just going to be wasted for that particular tree. So yeah, instead of having 5 spots where Judith intends to visit, now there's only 4 spots. Because this particular tree was not there during her visit. Fair enough. Now we got that straight. Let's move forward. Yeah, I believe everything is fertilized. Make sure you do fertilize these trees, because if the visitor comes by and it's not fertilized, then she's going to fertilize. He or she's going to end up coming by and fertilizing the tree instead of making it ready to harvest, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of doing that. Alright, tree visits are great. Turning over these trees turns into wood. You need a lot of wood in this game, but they do take up a lot of water. And I'm a bit of a stickler on the water going to the crops. It seems like you can't get enough water. I know you probably get tired of hearing me say that, but it's true. Seems like you can't get enough water in this game. It's a little quiet on the chat now. I'm not sure exactly when the last person spoke.
Bump chicka bump.
Yeah, bump chicka bump, but it was good night. So probably not around. You probably got a whole bunch of overnight lurkers. Yeah, well, I would say like myself, but I will I will go on the chat and break the ice, especially if I want to drum up some visits. Yeah, having neighbors does have its privilege in this game.
Stars. Good bat throwing stars.
Cherry tree has been withered. Withered down, so we'll chop it down and have more wood. Fantastic.
Yes, cool shield.
Authorized Judith's visit already? Yeah. Oh, another tree turned into wood. Alright, that's 2 trees I'm going to have to replace. I'm highly tempted to hit that apricot tree. It's only got one more harvest before it turns into wood. Yeah, if you stay on top of these trees, you end up neglecting some of your crops. However, you do keep a good steady wood flow going through. As you guys been seeing, every time I go to the fish house and try to get lures, floats, and nets, they cost a lot of wood. Alright, let's go to the mushroom house. I'm gonna get some shrooms. It's kind of cool, this little cartoon design there that is. You got a cluster of mushrooms. Okie dokie. Still haven't figured. Well, I found one thing to use it for, and it's mushroom soup. But until I get an objective or an order, I'm not even gonna bother with that. Not even gonna go there. I'll just keep collecting mushrooms. From what I understand, they do have their usefulness. Some of the higher ranking people in this game. Alright, instead of just sitting around twiddling our thumbs, let's get down to work. I start feeding these animals, it's not going to be long before I reach the fertilizer limit. So let's go ahead, go down here and pluck some crops here. Alright, you guys remember my sampler garden? I had the daisies up top, and just upside down, that's all. And I'm going to have it right side up again when I replant. Let's pick the daisies out. Do whatever you can behind yourself. You wanted to put you want to put something back there, that's fine. In this case, it would be the corn. Go ahead and get some water just for the hell of it, because we're going to need it. Yeah, it's not really a waste of water, man, getting corn. One thing, I'm approaching a two ruby bounty for achievement. I believe it's the second achievement or third achievement. It's good. So yeah, we're just gonna keep the corn down here because this is the designated corn area, and we're gonna get back to the good old sampler garden right side up again. Alright, and it can't believe it's been 10 hours already. Tulips are ready to go, daisies are ready to go. They're my 10-hour product. You got to wait 10 hours to reap them. So, you know my rule with the garden. Whatever you set down, replace right behind you. In this case, it would be cabbage. Cabbage feeds the goats, corn feeds the chickens. I tell you one thing about this game, you run low on corn and run low on chickens like I allowed myself to do, you can count on the truck orders, ship orders, objectives to have things that, you know, all things eggs and chickens and corn. Now that's the way the game does it. Helps you if you don't know how to play right, it will help you play right just by following the objectives that they give you. You know, if you got too many of one type of animal and not enough, then sure enough, the next objective you pull up will be that and one type of animal that you're deficient in. Okay, the cabbage has been fertilized. Put down another row. Yeah, I just want to keep messing with this corn. It's going to take up water, and it's a very insidious process, but like I said, a lot of my future truck orders depend on eggs and depend on corn. Alright, turning the garden backside up again. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if we're going to have the water to do it, but I will press on nevertheless. Alright, we're on our third row from the bottom. That normally would be the tomatoes. 30-minute items. Yeah, see, this is the way my garden was originally set up. By the period of time you have to wait to harvest the crops. Bottom being one minute. You know, the second from the bottom being 5. This is the 30 minutes. 30 minutes is tomatoes, whatever your dialect is.
Tomato, 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 tomato.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Toronto?
Perhaps. Alright, let's keep on this water. Looks like I'm running low on fertilizer. That is not a problem. I've got very hungry pigs in the pen. Just to begin with. So yeah, fertilizer is not a problem in this game. Not as long as I keep my pigs in the pen. Now you start putting other things like crops and trees in the pen, that can change very fast. Alright, I want to slow up on the corn just a little bit until I get some of my other crops down. 30-minute items. Now we're working on the hour items. Very needed badly. Beets. Welcome aboard, beets. In fact, I got half of mine to put beets down here. And I do have to have beets on here. Alright, let's go take up my corn spot. I'll probably, if I want to plant some more corn a little bit later on, I will probably use the cabbage patch. I'll divide up that cabbage patch. Half corn, half cabbage. The thing is, I want to get them beets going in here. Yeah, they're a 1 hour product. Yeah, I got beets growing in the corn patch. Okay, let's go down here and get some fertilizer. See some visitors up there. They're in my crops. That's wonderful. What we're going to do is we're just going to make some crops to put in the place of whatever they're intending to visit. Stealth wants to unlock one of my beets. Hey, that's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Okay, let's get some dang on fertilizer coming through here. I got the pigs being fed. Chickens, feeding the chickens aren't gonna really give me fertilizer, but do it for the hay of it. Back to the clicking again. Sorry about that, boys and girls. You should have said something. Alright. Switching over to the mouse. Alright. Yeah, fertilizer, easiest way to do it, just to have a lot of animals that put out fertilizer. The ones you can count on are the goats and above. Can't count on the chickens with the fertilizer because it's so hit and miss. Alright, I also want to pay attention to something else too. That's the experience points that you have. You pretty much keep a measurement of how far you come along in this game. And I only have 5,800 experience points left. That's not a whole lot. I could probably get away with a sampler garden and the time that it takes for that sampler garden to grow, and then put down another set of vegetables behind that once I pulled that up 10 hours from, I guess, a few minutes from now. And at that point I'll be able to level up. Now when you level up, everything that you planted, everything that you fertilized, no matter how much time you were supposed to wait for them, immediately are made harvestable. So I love to capitalize on them level ups. I slept the last one, so it's kind of irritating. Now when you get a chance to get some high waiting time crops cut down to absolutely no waiting time at all, and you get them abundantly. Right now at this stage, I unlocked mushroom meadows. Now I have 80 plots that I can use, and I'm using them the best that I can. Yeah, I see where Sue and Stells, they're gonna be paying me a visit here real soon. I definitely invite them over with open arms. Let's take a look inside. I want to get their icons out of the way here. Alright, I see where alright, she wants to take care of my beets. Thank you. Thank goodness. I got fertilizer, put them down, and I'll go ahead and get her started with the beets. So that's one icon out of my way there. Come on down there, Sue. Appreciate you coming by the farm. Cannot begin to tell you how badly I need those beets. Yeah, some of my my truck orders have beets involved in it. And so between that and the cows, I have a newfound need for beets. Alright, Stells only intends to visit that one spot. I'm sure there's something that we don't know about going on, but that's okay. That one spot, that's fine. Trying to think of what I need the most. You can use this as a really good opportunity to visit for a crop. You can either use that for an item that you need the most of, or you can just say the item that you need the most time to wait for, and you just cut down that time right away. So that's what I'm going to do. There's nothing in particular that I need, but so I will go with a 10. What's that, buddy?
Like a wall of fire just went off.
Oh, okay.
That's my imps, dude. I got 3 of them. It's like a wall of
Put a
fire.
daisy down. Stell's going to take care of that daisy, so that's no. What's that now?
What'd you say?
I said Stell's is going to take care of that daisy.
Daisy?
Yes.
Oh, Daisy? I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about Daisy.
it's a 10-hour crop. I'd have to normally wait 10 hours, but since she's going to visit that area, I'm going to go ahead and put it down, and immediately it comes up. Yeah, water it, fertilize it, and the next step is to bloom it. And once you authorize a visit on that crop, it blooms it. 10 hours goes by that fast.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah. Alright, looks like we got some cabbage down here that's reapable. Again, I'm not going to re-water these yet because I want to make sure I get my garden full. Alright, now above the after the 1 hour product, now comes the 1.5 hour product, much needed badly, sunflower. Yeah, sunflower turns into sunflower seeds, turns into sunflower oil, which is constantly needed in this game. So yeah, my 4 tiles is not enough sunflower as far as I'm concerned, but the way I have it set up, the 5 tile rows are going to be for the longer weighted product. Next will be the wheat. That is a 2 hour product. Wheat, can't get enough of in this game. All the pies, all the pasta dishes that are made up consist of wheat. And it's another one of those items, if you allow yourself to run low on, you will be reminded by your objectives, you'll be reminded by orders, it'll be all about the wheat. Hoping to give you a sense of urgency to do the right thing. Plant the wheat. Plant the wheat. Alright. After the wheat comes my 2 3-hour product crops, which is the carrots and the rye. Carrots feed the rabbits and rye feeds the sheep. And GXninja says hello. He's engaged in some type of video game.
Terraria.
Oh, League of Legends.
No, Terraria. See if my shadow orb works here. Like I'm on the main world. What the frick? Makes no sense.
Alright, let's put down the rye. That'll be my 2 3-hour products. Then we're going up to the 4-hour products, which is potatoes, which feed pigs. So really can't get enough potatoes. I've got potatoes on the wish list, so that's pretty much covered. I got enough neighbors. They're sending me a good amount of potatoes in the mail. That's working out just fine. Unfortunately, this landscaping of my farm, I've kind of gotten away from my new pigs production here. Yeah, I'm down to seven pigs. Yeah, that's kind of low compared to where I was before. But I was noticing I was running low on the chickens, and I was running low on the goats and stuff that those are basic needs for orders and stuff to get out on your farm. So I did have to kind of walk back on the all pig strategy. Yeah, because I wanted to turn all that red clay into vases. Well, as it stands now, I've got over 100 vases saved up, so once it's all said and done, that's over 300,000 coin. Once I craft it all together and sell it back, but I have to get to level 39 to start that. Alright, now we're up to our potatoes. Bring down the potatoes. Yeah, this is another one of those items I wish I had allotted 5 spaces for, but it is what it is. Just keep it rolling right on through. That's a 4 hour product. Yeah, just go ahead and fertilize it all right behind you. If you need more fertilizer, just go over there and look at whatever animals you need to take care of and take care of them. Got a lot to do on this farm today, boys and girls. That's why I'm glad I went ahead and skipped through the mail. Potatoes, okay, now it's 4.5 items, 4.5 hour item. That would be the onions. Okay, let's get some more water. Alright, boys and girls, I need to keep things in perspective here. I know that squash, my 5 hour items, were where my 5 tile rows were to begin, and that's the way I want to keep it. So let's get some more water. I'm going to make this my corn row, and then I'm going to make the other one my cabbage row, which are the 2 rows that are missing anyway. The beets are down below here, the corn, and go ahead and plant another. Yeah, just put 2 more spaces out. I want to keep the squash coming in at the rate that I got the daisies and everything else that's high up there coming in. No, it's awfully tempting. I want to go down and look at those truck orders and see if I'm in position to run any of those trucks out. Yeah, see, I didn't do exactly a perfect sampler garden. I figured it'd be a waste if I walked away to work for a few hours and came back home to anything below a few hours worth of crops there. I know wheat is a pretty good crop to keep, so I figured go ahead and put a wheat down instead of corn all the way up to sunflowers. Okay, now we're starting to get higher up the ladder here. Yeah, like I said, once my garden is said and done, I have a little bit of every crop that I have unlocked so far. Therefore, I'm able to get, work my way insidiously to total crop achievement. Squash being my 5 hour item is down. Now we're going to go ahead and come behind and fertilize it. As you can see, we're going to start getting low here soon on the fertilizer, and that is not a problem. Go over and feed some more animals. Okay, moving right along. I wonder if we got any more water down in my wells. No, my wells are dry, so now what do you know? Alright, so water in those trees is going to come back to bite me in the rear now. I got a little bit of water. I'm going to continue on as much of my sampler garden as I can. I'm not going to have you guys doing a bunch of visits right this second. Unless you know, I have a particular screen that I want to do where I want to take you guys on a visit around everybody. That's fine. But now this stream, I want to try to get to the meat and potatoes of the action here, which for me, that's my sampler garden. My investment to total crop achievement. Of course, there are crops that I have not unlocked yet, and I'm not doing much for them yet, so therefore I can't do anything for them yet. Yep, make sure we fertilize everything. We're right in the middle there. Well, now we're below 38, so we're fine on fertilizer. I'm actually concerned more about the water. Looks like I got enough for 3 more rows. That's fine. We'll put down what we can, but I want to keep this sampler garden going now. Alright, some much needed wheat. No telling what I gotta make. Oh yeah, I have one of my objectives just to make random stuff in the kitchen. So with the wheat here, I can go ahead and start messing with pies. What you want to do is you want to make something. If you have a whole lot of energy that you need to burn in the kitchen, just go ahead and make something that's complex, because you end up getting credit for all the simple stuff that they're used as building blocks. You get credit for them as well. Alright, now we done cleared the way here. Yeah, just don't want to just leave all that wheat out there. Alright, my 7-hour product, which I have the least of because it is the newest of, and that be the pumpkins. So yeah, let's get them pumpkins out there. No telling what to make pumpkins with, but I know I get a few random items on the shipping order and the trucking order for them. Nothing in the objectives, but I guarantee if I run too low of pumpkins, they'll hit me up on the objectives for them. Alright, there's no 8-hour, so there is a 9-hour. Oh, excuse me, 6 hours. Yeah, I completely forgot my 6-hour product. No, there's cotton. Okay, and my other 6-hour product being eggplant. Okay, strawberries next. I have completely torn up the time. Okay, yeah, I've skipped a couple of different products here. Alright, let me see if I can get some water from some source before we continue forward with this. Because I need to set down the Gerberas. And then I need to set down the two flowers, the daisies and the tulips. But I am hurting on water now. H2O, badly needed. I think I used up all the ones in the collections. I used up all the waters in the collections that I had. But nevertheless, we'll check anyway. Yes, I have. Oh well. Alright, that's what I get for planting that corn earlier. Fair enough. We'll hold off on some of the other crops there. We'll just we'll work with what we got. Then as we accumulate more water, we'll get back to that. Alright, we're looking good. Go ahead and send that truck out of here. I want to see if that's one of those situations where one thing leads to another. This is what I'm looking at right here. Because we're starting to approach the area where we need to think about laying down long-term crops to turn over at the turn at the level up. And yeah, sure enough, another one comes up. 90 experience points. Everything counts. See where? Yeah. See now we're go below 4,000. So you gotta be careful how you run these trucks. If I was to level up now, I wouldn't consider all this to be a waste. I mean, that's a lot of different crop that I have watered and fertilized right now. Okay, for the hell of it, I just want to look at the truck orders, see if there's anything that needs to be crafted. If that's the case, I'm going to knock that out of the way. Sometimes that's the only thing that is left to do on that order, so that's a good thing to do. Okay. Looks like beets and eggs. Yeah, all these orders got beets and eggs so far in common. And now some sunflowers. Again with the beets. Can't get enough beets. Alright, just can't get enough sunflowers either. Beets, eggs, and sunflowers. Pumpkins. Okay. Now we're getting some orders for pumpkins. But nothing to craft. Ain't this a hoot? Fair enough. Move along. Make sure we fertilize. Yeah, that corn's fertilized good. Okay. Alright, now let's move along. Got other stuff to do. We ain't got all night. Well, actually we do. I'm off tomorrow. Alright. Here comes the boat. Let's look at what we need on the boat. Oh my. See, this is why I'm glad I've got my sampler garden. Normally I wouldn't really have much need for Gerberas, but I happen to have Gerberas ready. That's 155 experience points for one crate. That's good. That's good stuff there. That'll bump you right on up the ladder. And another 155. That is good. That will move you right on up. 66 just for having the white clay available. And then 66 again. And this is where we might have a little situation. That ain't no problem. I have enough corn. I can go right on up there and feed the chickens and get those eggs out. This is a 2-flag truck. I'm gonna be happy to send this out of here, but I already have enough flags that I need for the treasure hunting, so we're good on that. Just keep collecting that experience points and money, filling up the crates in the ship, and then send the ship out of here. That's again some more experience points on top of fulfilling all the orders. So yes, the truck is a very fruitful experience to have. Plus, running the ship by itself is an achievement. Alright, wait by the chickens are going to be fed. Then we're going to water this last piece of corn here. Or next to the last piece of corn. And yeah, we got some animals to trade in. I'm going to do that later. Off screen. Right now I just want to get the meat and potatoes of what's going on here. Alright. The ship, then we're going to take a visit to Fish Island. Alright, load it up. That's it for the ship. Bon voyage. 184 experience points. Bonus on top of that. That is fantastic. Look at that. We're already down to almost 4,000 experience points left. Yeah, if it keeps going like this, I'm going to have to start planting my long-term crops. You want to get as many of the trees watered as you can possibly do. You want to plant down all your long-term stuff. In this case, 10-hour tulips or 10-hour daisies would be the best usefulness. Alright, now we're float fishing. Gonna get some, there we go. Looks like we got 1, 2 carps. Yeah, 3 carps. Okay, they're the most frequent coming out of that hole. And then we got the lure fishing. We're starting to run low on lures. We're going to have to get some more lures, and that's not a problem because we got a whole bunch of wood that just came in from that last tree swap. Pike, and pike. They like to send me pikes. Alright, now the last but not least, the net fishing. Let's go ahead and take care of that. We get shrimps and crabs from here. Shrimps are most frequent. And it looks like we got 3 shrimps. Yeah, 3 shrimps at a time. Yeah, shrimps are most frequent coming out of there. Now let's go ahead and take a trip to the restaurant. Anything that you craft in this restaurant, you get credit for, and it has an achievement. So keep the fish crafting. Don't run behind on that. Not only do they help you with the experience points, but they also cut and action. They also help you with the coins. You can sell these sandwiches and soups and whatever back to your marketplace on the farm, and you get a good little amount of coins. Alright, and we are done here. I'm going to go ahead and leave that furnace going. I'm not going to bother with that right now. I have a particular reason that I'm going to have all that energy in reserve. We'll use that energy later on. Crafting. Yeah, boys and girls, remind me next time we go over to Fish Island, I need to craft up all the lures and the nets. Alright, we only got two drops of water left. So we're gonna cool it. I'm gonna cool it on the planning for just a few minutes. I said I don't want to I don't want to get too close to that experience points limit there. Yeah, see, we're at 4,000 needed now. Now we're below that. Okay, yeah, if we're not careful, we'll end up leveling up by, prematurely. I know that sounds strange, but yeah, I like to have my farm ready. Take full advantage of the level up. Yeah, let's replace these trees. Let's make sure that there's no trees that need to be replaced. I have a feeling there are. Yeah, cherry tree. peach tree and a cocoa tree. Alright, we'll take care of that. Alright, that's the end of that. Now I've got enough water to water one of those trees. Let's take a look. If there's one with only one water left before it's ready to go, I'm going to water that. Just so I can help send it on its way. He's like, put Andrew on the phone. Okay, he's on the phone. How about that, huh? Yeah, the olive tree. Fair enough. Feeding some goats. I guess that's about as close to a sample garden as we're going to get for the time being. Right. I might be able to stream. Might want to stream a little bit later on when we get a little bit closer to the level up. You know, I want to show you what happens when we level up. That's really, really wonderful. If you have your farm ready for a level up is a beautiful thing. Otherwise, just another day in the office. All right, guys. I'm spam the chat, and for GXninja and with GXninja, we want to say good night. Yep, peace out. Good night to you.